Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Rob here from Southwest Florida Television. Another chilly morning here in North Naples, Florida. 50 degrees again today. A little overcast out there. Pretty morning though. Still dealing with the red tide. We're going to do another water sampling today. Low amounts of red tide right now. I see a big pile of shells up the beach. I see somebody digging through them up there. Tide is slowly going out here. We had a great day, a great morning yesterday shelling. Found lots of great stuff out here. Found a lot of moon shells, murex shells yesterday. One of my friends spent most of the morning out here yesterday, and he said he saw some dolphins swimming around just offshore. That was good to hear. That was good news. Feels so bad for the dolphins. Still seeing some of the colors of this morning's sunrise out there in the Gulf. Beautiful sky. Boy, there's quite the little pile of shells right there in front of me, down at my feet here. Pretty deep. I'm gonna walk up the beach here. We're in Area 2. We came out the boardwalk there at the north end of Area 2. pelicans flying by. Pretty far out there. I don't see any birds along the shore though this morning. Not seeing any dead fish out here. That's a good thing. That's good news. There's a nice little, looks like a nice little scallop shell stuck in the sand down there. Love those little scallop shells. I think when people think of a seashell, that's the shape they think of, the scallop shell. Thanks to Shell Oil Company and their logo. Nice little scallop. You can find these scallops in all different colors. There's another one down here. This one's missing its little, hang on a second, I'm gonna put the two of them side by side so you can see the color differences. You'll find them in different shades of red, you know, orange, pink, gray, white, black. Pretty much always find a scallop shell or two out here at Delnor Wiggins. Another common shell, popular shell here is the cockle shell. Find a lot of these cockle shells on the beach. Nice little lineup of shells. Wow, there's a beautiful little cone shell. Oh, it's chipped up, darn it. That's an alphabet cone. Unfortunately, it's chipped up on the side. I'm still going to keep it. They're so cool looking. Little lightning whelk maybe down here. Yep, a little lightning whelk. A little alphabet cone and a lightning whelk. You just gotta really take your time looking through these shells. There's another. Oh, it's missing the bottom of it. Another lightning whelk. It's missing the point at the bottom. And there's a murex down there. There's an old murex shell. Good morning. Nice little murex. Older murex. Faded. A little look around here at the beautiful colors out there in the Gulf. Slowly starting to fade as the sun comes up. Beautiful morning. A beautiful Thursday morning here. Not smelling any red tide. They still have the red tide sign posted at the front gate. They're going to do another test today, test the water quality. We'll see what those results are. Hopefully the red tide is dissipating. I'm seeing lots of fighting conchs out here again. I saw a lot yesterday. Lots of fighting conch shells on the beach. There's a really nice one. Look at the colors on that one. That's pretty cool. The Florida fighting conch shell. Another common shell here at the beach, Delnor Wiggins, and in Southwest Florida. It's a big cockle shell. I saw one a little smaller earlier. That's a nice sized cockle shell. I haven't seen any moon shells yet. Doesn't mean they're not down there. I just didn't spot them yet. Boy, yesterday was moon shell heaven. Picking up those shark eyes everywhere. There's a lot of shells right here. This is the south end of Area 3. There is a large concentration of shells on the beach. Waiting for somebody to dig through them. Piece of the scallop. Just saw a moon shell looking at me. Let's go see what that one looks like. Oh, it's broken. Darn it. It would have been a good size one too. Boy, that would have been a nice little find if it wasn't broken. And maybe we'll find another one. That's a nice Nautica. Keep my eyes peeled here. Gotta walk all around this pile. A lot of conch shells. Beautiful conchs down here. Some really nice patterns on them. Some really nice looking conch shells here this morning. Where are my moon shells? There is somebody walking ahead of me. Hopefully she's not scooping them all up. Hopefully she's saving some for us. Definitely a good morning for finding conch shells. Another piece of a moon shell, it looks like. Yep. Just a sliver of one. Oh. Now there's another pile up here. That is a pretty deep pile of shells right there. What do we got down here? A piece of a tulip, it looks like. I don't know. That is a wild piece of something. What the heck is that? Piece of a cone shell, maybe? Wow. This is a deep, deep pile of shells right here. You need a rake to go through these, that's for sure. You can't just start clawing through these with your fingers. Surprised. Good morning. Lots and lots of conch shells, that's for darn sure. Here's a piece of a big tulip shell. Found a nice tulip shell yesterday. Darn it. This is where you need to just spend some time out here digging. And I know you're going to get rewarded if you come up here. South end of Area 3. Some nice piles of shells this morning. Now let's head up the beach a little further. Still haven't seen any dead fish on the beach, thankfully. We'll get lucky up at the north end of the park like we did yesterday. We found lots of great little treasures up there yesterday. Still got some colors left in the clouds out here in the sky. A little bit of orange happening out there. Beautiful. A hawk. I just saw a hawk landed on the boardwalk that we started at down the beach here. Might have been a red-tailed hawk. Wow. Beautiful sky though, look at that. Neat clouds, huh? Oh, there went a little snowy egret, just went flying by. I'm afraid somebody's beaten us to all the shells out here this morning. There's a lady up ahead of me shelling. Hopefully she has bad eyesight. She's doing a lot of stooping. I'm getting a little whiff of the red tide here. It's a very, very slight smell there. It's not overpowering. The red tide's definitely offshore. No doubt about that. Thankfully I'm not seeing anything dead washing up on the beach here. Not seeing any birds. I saw one little snowy egret fly by me. And then I saw a hawk further south down the beach. That's the only, and then some pelicans flying by offshore. That's about the only birds I've seen so far this morning. I haven't really seen any fish jumping. If there's no fish out here along the shore, there's not going to be any birds. That's for sure. Thankfully, we don't want the birds eating those fish that have gotten into the red tide. Well, there's a big, that is a big olive shell there. That is a big one. Lots of shells scattered out along the beach here, but mostly clam shells. Mostly clam shells. Where's those nice big moon shells we were finding yesterday? Boy, piles and piles and piles of worm shells here on the beach. I mean, everywhere. I don't know if you can see them down here. These are all worm tips, worm shells. They're just everywhere down here. Everywhere. Amazing how many there are. Like I said yesterday, you could come out here with a big pickle jar and fill it with worm shells, and you wouldn't make a dent in the amount of them that are on the beach. There's a little moon shell. One little moon shell. All right. Little shark eye. Little slipper shell next to it. A little slipper shell. See, that looks like a little slipper when you flip it over. Slipper shell. I'll spend a little more time checking out all these shells on my walk back. Ooh, is that a little horse conch or a murex? What do I see over here? Looks like a little murex. It's turned yellow. A little murex that has turned yellow. It was white, a white lace murex. Where's those shark's teeth? Gosh darn it. That's what I want to find. Nice big shark's tooth. This big turkey wing. Big turkey wing shell. Oh, the gimbal is fighting me here. There's a nice turkey wing shell. Piece of a moon shell down here. Darn, I found quite a few broken moon shells. Another broken one over here. Nice little lightning whelk here, little baby lightning whelk. Here's a beauty. Look at the colors on this little lightning whelk. Boy, beautiful colors on that one. That's a great one there. Hey, if you enjoy tagging along with me on these beach walks, please hit the share button and tell your friends. If you're just joining us for the first time, be sure to let everybody know where you're watching from. Introduce yourself to the group here. A piece of a little tulip shell. Thought I might have found a little baby, but nope, it's the broken one. Broken little tulip shell. Lots and lots of shells out here on the beach today. Lots of fun stuff. If you're just starting a collection, lots of great things to start a collection with out here today. You can see, look at the piles of shells here in front of me. Absolutely gorgeous morning here. Started out at 50 degrees. Slowly starting to warm up. A lot of the shells are really spread out. There's a lot of area to cover here. Some areas they're really deep too. You can hear them crunching under my feet. Is that a good lightning whelk or is it broken? What do we got down there? Oh, it's missing its tail. Darn it. Missing its tail. Piece of a sand dollar over there. Just a little corner. Maybe a quarter of a sand dollar. Boy, piles and piles of shells out here though again this morning. Lots and lots of interesting things to go through. Lots of cockle shells out here. There's two cockles right here. There's two cockle shells. Little sandpipers. I don't know if you can see them over there at the edge of the water. Really have not seen many of our little shorebirds out here. Line of shells there in front of me. Walking kind of fast. Lots of cool little worm shells out here this morning. Again this morning. Wow. There's a nice little concentration of shells right here. Another great little pile. Just waiting for somebody to come and start digging through it. Another cone shell, a little alphabet cone. That's cool. That's the second little alphabet cone we found today. That's kind of neat. The cone shells. Seeing some nice little pieces of coral out here too. Here's an old moon shell down here. Ooh, wait a second. That's broken, darn it. Broken tulip shell. Got a chip on the side. Darn it. There's an old moon shell, lost all its color there. You can barely see the eye on there. Moon shell, also called the shark's eye. Beautiful out here this morning. Well, yesterday morning was absolutely gorgeous. The sky was just incredible. It's still beautiful. This morning it's absolutely gorgeous, the sky. A little overcast. But still beautiful. Boy, there's a really colorful turkey wing shell down here, a little one. Boy, that's got some awesome colors on it, this turkey wing. Some awesome colors. That is a nice looking little turkey wing shell there. Great colors. We're up in Area 4 now, the north end of Area 4. You should recognize those pine trees. It's Roy's pine trees. We're up on Roy's Beach. Speaking of Roy, hopefully he'll be out of the hospital today. Hopefully there won't be anything serious when he gets the results of his tests, his blood work. Hopefully it'll be just something minor that modern medicine can cure. Sure do miss seeing him out here on the beach though. Even in the hospital, though, he's in good spirits. He was very tired, though, yesterday. He was dozing off while I was visiting with him. He's just not paying attention to his diet the way he should be. He eats healthy food, but not the right amounts of the right things. He's not getting enough fluids. Wow. This is where we started finding all those little murex and moon shells yesterday. It was right up in this area. Totally different looking this morning. A whole different look up here. Still lots and lots of fighting conch shells though. Morning. Some broken moon shells. Of course, the tide's a little higher right now than it was yesterday when we were out here. The shells we were finding were a little closer to the water yesterday, but now today, look at this. There's a mountain of shells that was just pushed up here. My goodness. Just incredible. To be able to have the time to spend digging through all these. I mean, look how deep that is. That's a good 10 inches right there. I can't imagine what is buried in there. Just look at that. There's just a mountain of shells down there. What? And it gets deeper up here. Gosh. Time and patience. That's what you need when you're out here shelling. You'll definitely be rewarded. Watch yesterday's video. Oh my gosh, was I ever rewarded up here. All kinds of great little shells yesterday. Nice little lightning whelk. See, I'm just looking at the surface here. Still finding some nice little treasures. Somebody that comes out here with a little rake and a shovel, I can't imagine what they're gonna find. An old moon shell, there's a moonie. A shark eye. Olive shells. Oh, look at the colors on this olive shell. Couple little olives there. Nice colors on those little olive shells. Beautiful little olives. I'm sure we're going to find some neat stuff on our walk back here. I walked up here pretty quickly. I'm sure we're gonna see some neat stuff walking back that I missed. Hopefully the sun will pop out and makes it a little easier to find things. We found all those great things up here yesterday, right down along the water's edge. Now there's a couple nice lines of shells. There's all along the beach up about the mid-tide line. Found a couple nice little whelks this morning. A couple little alphabet cones. A couple little murex shells. Older murex shells. Lots of beautiful scallops out here today. Lots of beautiful little scallop shells on the beach this morning. There's a piece of a lightning whelk. That one's missing its tip there, its little tail. There's a cool piece of worm rock. That's neat looking stuff. That is a very neat looking piece of worm rock there. Look at that. That is very cool looking. All the shells embedded in it. You see the little worm tubes. That is a really nice little piece of worm rock there. Just a little too big for my pocket, darn it. There's another. There's an alphabet cone. This one's got a big hole in it, a piece of an alphabet. You can see down inside it. That's actually pretty cool. That is pretty neat. Inside of an alphabet cone. That's cool. Never seen inside one of them. There's something neat up here. What beautiful, lots of scallops. I'm just amazed at the amount of scallop shells out here today. Here's something cool. Full of sand. Little cockle shell. Both halves of the cockle. Can show you something cool here with the cockle. Squeeze it together there and you turn it on its end. And there's the cockle heart. Isn't that cool? The cockle shell with the heart when you turn it on its end. I just think that is so neat. Gotta rinse that off. Here's a paper fig. These are very, very fragile shells. Very fragile. You gotta be really careful with that or it's gonna break. Definitely a keeper. Boy, there's a beautiful scallop. That's great. My wife might paint something on that. That's a nice little scallop there. Surprised I have not found many moon shells this morning. I know they're here. I'm just walking so darn fast. I'm walking right past them. Hang on a second. Changing hands there. Trying to shove stuff in my pockets. There's a really nice little pen shell down here. A big pen shell. People, you might say, why do you call it a pen shell? Well, use your imagination. When you put it on its side, it kind of resembles a writing pen. The pen shell. I know you've seen those on our beaches. The pen shells. There's an old lightning whelk over there. Lost all its color, faded out. It's a nice little piece of finger coral. think I'm going to be able to get through up here. Let's see how far I can get up the beach here without getting wet. I've already got quite a few shells in my pocket here, and I've been moving along pretty fast. Not dilly-dallying like yesterday. Hey, if you're new here, if you're just joining the group for the first time, just following along with us, be sure to introduce yourself. Let everybody know where you're watching from. Tell us what the weather's like. Sorry if you're up north. Gosh, there are just so many shells piled up on the beach today. Just amazing. Sun's starting to break through the clouds a little bit. Starting to turn that sky nice and blue. Look at all these shells caught up in the roots of these old trees. Lots of treasures to be found by someone that's got some time to spend digging around here today. Just incredible. I saw a dead mullet back there. I've not been seeing many dead fish on the beach, thank goodness. Look at all these shells. Nice big piece of coral down there. All the way back in here, wow. Beautiful, beautiful scallop shells all around. See the scallops? That's a scallop shell right there. Look at them just all pushed up. All pushed up under the trees here. Who knows what you're going to find in there. Look at under here. Look at all those shells. Just piled. That's a huge pile back there. Kind of hard to get to. I'm sure there's something good under there. Probably a gigantic dark's tooth in there somewhere. They're just piled up everywhere. Look at there. There's a big giant clam shell. Oh my gosh, I know people that would love to get their hands on that. Look at that one. Look at that one. That's a great big one there. People take these and use them for little bowls or ashtrays. That is a nice one there. There's a good sized clam shell. Somebody will spot that there. So sad seeing all our trees knocked over from Hurricane Irma. Really sad. Oh my goodness. Clam shells galore. Anybody looking for big clam shells up in Area 5, they're all over the place. Big clam shells. I know a lot of people collect those. Our friend Astrid collects them. Astrid, they are all over the place here. I hope you're watching. Piles of them. Piles of these big clam shells. Wow. I've never seen that many on the beach before. Holy smokes. Big piece of coral. Big chunk of coral here. Can you believe it's already been a week since Thanksgiving? A week has already passed. The past last week and this week just seem to have really flown. Really screwed up my schedule. I don't know. Didn't feel much like working. Look at the piles of shells under these trees. Incredible. I am getting a little whiff of the red tide here as the further north I get here. Not overpowering. It's not making my eyes burn or making me cough. Definitely getting a whiff of it now and then. Oh, darn it, now we're getting a weak connection. No worries though, I will post a higher quality version of this video on YouTube later. You can always watch the replay on YouTube in a little better quality. I'll share that link in the description of this post later today. Also in this post, there's a link to my PayPal account if anybody wants to make a little donation, a little contribution. I really appreciate that. Nobody pays me to be out here doing this. A lot of people think I'm working for a TV station or something out here. That's not the case. Just little old me. Southwest Florida Television is just my Facebook page. I have to slip through the back way here. No beach left to get up to Wiggins Pass there. I'm back on the little trail here. This little trail pretty much parallels the entire beach. You'll find picnic tables and grills scattered throughout back here. Benches here and there that people have placed in memory of one of their loved ones. See, not a lot of beach up here. I could not get around those trees there on the left without getting wet. All these trees were knocked down last September when Hurricane Irma blasted through, September of 2017. And Irma blasted through Naples. There was a big bird here. All I saw was its shadow as it took off. I don't know what it was. It was big. It might have been a great blue heron. Could be a buzzard. Yep, looks like we got some buzzards. Buzzards on the beach. What are they eating? Must be dead fish that the buzzards are pecking at. They are big birds. Hang tight, our connection might get better here. We might get a better connection. There we go. When the picture gets fuzzy like that, it's because of the cellular connection. There's no Wi-Fi out here. Well, there is, but it's on and off, so it's better just turn it off and go with my cellular. Yep, that's what they're doing. There's some dead fish up here at the pass because of the red tide. Looks like a snapper there. That's what the buzzard was eating. Thankfully, though, we haven't seen lots of dead fish on the beach. We do have the red tide warning still in effect. We're going to see what happens. They're going to test the water again today. It takes them a day to get the results posted. You'd think the red tide being such a serious matter right now and the way it affects our tourism, you would think they would test the water every day, not every 3 days. But again, it all comes down to money. They'd rather spend those tax dollars on something else. Well, here we are up at Wiggins Pass. Not a whole lot of shells up here. A few dead fish, some big buzzards. There's 2 big black buzzards over there. You shouldn't be eating that fish. Those are not good for you. Obviously no fishermen up here. Boy, I thought we might get lucky and at least find some shells up here, but what? Not seeing squat. All rocks. Seeing a lot of rocks down here. Some fighting conch shells, Florida fighting conchs, that's about it. Oh, there's a whelk shell. There's a little lightning whelk. There we go. Lightning whelk shell. Kind of chipped up. Yep, some broken lightning whelks, darn it. Great colors on them, but they're busted up. The Cocohatchee River there, looking east up from the mouth of the Cocohatchee, Wiggins Pass. There's a couple shells scattered around over here. Big piece of coral over there. Big chunk of coral down there. Wow, look at the reds on that shell. Look at that. Wow, that would have been one gorgeous shell right there. Look at the colors, that is so vibrant. Wow. Well, I think it's time to turn around, walk down the beach and see what we missed. A little sun popping out, that's nice. There's another pen shell down there. Yeah, Mr. Sunshine. This is the north end of Wiggins Pass State Park, up by Wiggins Pass. This is the point at the north end of the park. Boy, there were mornings where we just see lots of dolphins playing around out here at the pass. Hopefully those days are going to return here. Hopefully the dolphins will return. This red tide is taking the toll on our dolphin population though, sadly. But I think they're going to survive. I think we're going to see our dolphins back. Be optimistic. Gorgeous out there, the colors, especially when that sun peeks out. The water doesn't look that bad. Tide is slowly on its way out here. Slowly making its way out. Sun's going back in behind the clouds now. Jump back up on the nature trail here somewhere to get around these trees. Hey, good morning. What's that?
Only the hardcore.
There you go. Yeah, it was a bit nippy out here this morning. Started out at 50 degrees. Don't laugh. That's cold for us Floridians. There's a bit of a hike coming through there. There's been lots of erosion up here. It's kind of hard to see here, but that's a pretty big drop off there. That's where I kind of walked through from back there and down here. Still can't quite get around the trees without getting wet. This is Area 5 up at the north end of the park. Yeah, it's nice to walk this trail once in a while. Take the back way. Might see some of our gopher tortoises crawling around. Different species of birds back here. You can hear the birds if you listen carefully. Pretty somber beach walk this morning. Not a lot of people out here. Fortunately, we didn't have any horrible surprises this morning. Found some nice shells this morning. There's some little sandpipers running around. Can you see them there in the center of the screen? And off they go. They just run in and out of the waves all day long. Pretty cute to watch. But there are piles and piles of shells on the beach today. Anybody that comes out here would spend some time is going to find some great stuff. Starting down at the north end of Area 2 and just about all the way up the beach, just piles of shells. See quite a few people out here shelling already this morning. There's a little pear whelk. Little pear whelk, an old pear whelk. Two pear whelks, two old pear whelks. Wow, there's a little teeny tiny baby moon shell. Shark eye. Nice. That's a little tiny one. Nice little eye on that one. Nice little shell there. That was in the water when I passed by earlier. Got this nice little paper pig I'm holding in my hand. These are so fragile. So fragile. I mean, look at, you can see right through them. Pretty cool. Great little shell. Lots of shells out here though this morning, lots of them. You're gonna do good if you come out here and take your time, I can guarantee it. These are really cool. These beautiful little white clam shells. Aren't those beautiful? Those are cool looking. right in the area where we found all those boon shells yesterday and murex shells. Up in area 4, up by Roy's pine trees there, up on Roy's beach. I'm not seeing anything this morning. Nothing like yesterday. Wow. That was incredible how many moons and murex we found. Just amazing. But of course that tide's still going out, so you never know what's going to be out here. But there are piles and piles of shells on the beach this morning. Up more at the high tide line. Piles of them. I just can't imagine what's buried in there. I mean, that's a little mountain of shells right there. That is a mountain of shells. Just gotta take the time to dig through there. So many conch shells out here this morning. Little Florida fighting conchs, all different sizes. One piece of a pear whelk. I had more time to spend doing this. Piece of a lightning whelk. Morning. I am. Hi. Oh, great. Great. Lots of great. You finding some nice stuff today? There's lots of good. Gotta look hard. Gotta look close. Oh, yes you do. There's lots of shells out here. You just gotta stop. It's kind of funny. You just come up on a pile of shells, and if you just stop, just start staring down at them, all of a sudden you start seeing some incredible stuff. You know, it's easy to spot the big shells, but it's those little ones, the little babies, that people have a hard time spotting. Down here a little closer to the water. And then we got some sea foam over here. Roy gets a big kick out of watching that stuff on the beach. You see like little rainbows in the bubbles when you look close at it. The sea foam. Boy, we come back up here on the beach a little higher up here. What's out here? Goodness. No telling what's in this just mass of shells out here. Sadly, a couple dead fish out here. We are still dealing with that nasty red tide. They're going to do some testing again, test the water again today. It takes them a while to get the results back. Also still waiting on the official results of what's killing our dolphins out here, our bottlenose dolphins in the Gulf. That is a horrible, horrible situation. Hopefully, those numbers are going to start declining. Maybe someday mankind will get the message too and quit polluting, quit poisoning our waters. Not seen many birds out here today. It's understandable. I haven't seen a lot of little fish swimming around either, so no fish, no food for the birds. It's nice to have the sun making an appearance. 50 degrees again when I started this morning. It's looking north. Back up to the high tide line here. Say that I had a bad morning shelling out here today. Found some nice little shells. Quite a few little whelks. Some pear whelks, lightning whelks. Good morning. Started down in area 2 this morning, walked up all the way up to Wiggins Pass. Lost our signal a couple times, our cellular connection. Good old Sprint PCS. They all have their problems. Find a little higher, especially if we have these dropouts, you can find a little higher quality video on YouTube. Higher quality copy of these videos. And I'll share a link later on Facebook where you can watch it. Just get through to whatever you want. I don't get paid to do this. I enjoy doing it, but I'm not working for anybody. I'm just out here doing this on my own. Every once in a while, somebody will send me a little donation. If you want to do that, it's really appreciated. Good morning. If you do want to make a little donation, just check out the description of this post here and you'll find a link to my PayPal account. Every little bit's appreciated. I'm not asking for thousands of dollars here. Just every little bit helps pay the phone bill. I'm not one of those gazillionaires that lives in Naples. I'm just one of those poor working class people. I'm sure many of you can relate. But I do feel I'm providing a great service here. You might not agree with that. You just might think it's some bum walking the beach with his phone. But I do try to share whatever I know with you about what I find on the beach. And the big purpose of these beach walks is to keep everybody updated with what's going on in North Naples with our water quality, what's happening at our beaches here in North Naples. There's several other Facebook pages that deal with other beaches on Marco, down to the south by the Naples Pier. I report from North Naples here. I like to keep our winter friends informed before they come down here and while they're gone for the summer. So that's the main purpose for these beach walks. And then there's an underlying secondary purpose, and that is to bring people together on social media. I've brought a lot of people together. There's been some great friendships formed through these beach walks. And that is a joy to see that happen. I love reading some of these comments later, people interacting with each other. Just consider this beach walk a background for your little conversations going on there in the comments. That's me. Every once in a while I'll stop and take some pictures. Just can't resist. I'll post a couple photos later. You'll get, when I post those photos, I'll also include the link to the YouTube version of this video. We have seen a ton of conch shells out here this morning. These little Florida fighting conchs. I have seen just oodles and oodles of them out here. You like that word, oodles? That's a technical term for lots of shells, oodles. See them down here? Fighting conch, fighting conch. Look at this one. It's kind of turning pink. That's kind of cool. That's a neat little shell there. It's kind of fading out, turning a pinkish color. Florida fighting conch. They're normally a deep red, reddish brown, like this one down here. Boy, there are so many shells out here this morning. Little baby conchs too. Got the big ones like I was showing you. There's a whoop, I dropped it. There's a medium-sized one in my hand here. That's a medium-sized fighting conch. There's some great shelling out here today. There's piles of shells all along the beach, but you just gotta take your time. Hello. Oh, what did you find there? That is a beauty. You know what that is?
No.
That is a beautiful shell. That's called a horse conch. That's a big one. That's a great find.
Good job.
Yeah.
Right there in the little
Yeah.
hole there.
I'm jealous. You too. Boy, that was a lucky little find there. That was a nice little horse conch. She beat me to it. Everybody bundled up in their sweatshirts out here this morning. Well, that sky is beautiful now. Now that blue's popping out. It's gorgeous. A little piece of heaven on earth here. Wiggins Pass State Park in North Naples, Florida. For those of you that have been following along over the past several years, we've seen a lot of incredible, breathtaking, and spectacular sights here at this park. Some almost unbelievable. We've also seen some really sad sights here. I'm not out here to sugarcoat things. Just out here to tell it like it is. Roy was trying to call me. Roy was trying to call in. Hopefully he's getting released this morning. But as I was saying, the other day was the saddest day I've ever had out here since I've been walking the beach, that's for sure. Seeing that dead dolphin on the beach here. I do want people, as hard as it is, I do want people to share those images so people can see what's going on. Hopefully when enough people get mad, something's gonna change. Hopefully the right person will get mad. I've seen dead sea turtles out here. I thought that was sad. But that dolphin really hits home. Those are such beautiful creatures. We have had some incredible dolphin encounters out here. I mean, the dolphins have come right up to the edge of the beach here, right up to us for 15, 20 minutes at a time, swimming back and forth in front of Roy and I. Just incredible. Hopefully those days are going to return, and while I'm saying that, I want you to look at this water. Look at it, it's clearing up here. This is area 3. You can actually see the bottom, the reflections down there at the bottom. Still under a red tide warning. The water is looking a lot better. That doesn't mean the red tide can't just blow right in here again. It is always lurking somewhere out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Always remember that. It's always out there somewhere. That water has to get, they were talking on the Wink News this morning, that water has to get 60 degrees to kill that red algae. Right now it's about 70, what'd they say, 78 out there in the Gulf? 76, I don't know. But you can see the story on Wink when they were talking about it this morning. They have all their little snippets from the news available, the little videos. Wink TV, Wink News, W-I-N-K, Southwest Florida. Just gorgeous though when we look up the beach, isn't it? It's getting just more beautiful as I walk now. That sun coming up over the trees. Really warming up nicely. You can see all the way up to Fort Myers from here. Just incredible. Look at those colors, those blues and greens. Gorgeous. The waves breaking out on the sandbar out there. I love the shadows on the beach. So neat. What's up, Gary?
How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. See, you're all bundled up down there.
Yeah, just not warm up yet, right?
Yeah, it was just about the same temperature this morning when I came out. It was right at 50 when I came out this morning. You see anything interesting out there?
Did you see the flotilla go by?
I didn't.
Yeah, there was 6 pretty nice yachts.
Oh,
I
really?
assume they're going to Key West.
I missed that.
And then the Express.
Oh, you saw the Key West
the
Express going
went
by out
right
there?
behind them. But yeah, these boats, they must have been traveling together because they were so close.
Wow.
That was a big excitement for the morning.
No dolphins this morning?
Not yet.
Well, hopefully they'll be by.
Yeah.
You said you saw some yesterday, huh?
Yeah, at least 5.
At least 5 dolphins?
Yeah.
All at the same time or just?
Yeah, just
throughout?
off and on. Yeah, it was hard
Yeah.
to tell. They were spread out more than normal.
Right. Yeah, they're probably lost some of their family members.
Yeah, we're looking for them.
Yeah. Sad. Well, you have a great morning.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Maybe I'll
Always
see you
good to see you.
later.
Take care, bud.
Stay warm.
Yeah, fine. Could be worse. Could be in Minnesota. Right?
You got that right. Can always be worse. I'll take a little cool weather. Beautiful out here though. Look at that water. Even though there's red tide warnings, it's still beautiful to look at. Kind of hard to believe that the red tide's there, isn't it, when you look at that? But it is. Not seen any ospreys the past few days. Hopefully they're okay. Well, we had a nice little beach walk this morning. Found some great little shells. Started off a little on the cool side, but all in all, a beautiful morning. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for participating in the walk. Be sure to tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. Take the time to check out my photos and videos. When you find something you like, don't forget to hit that share button. And of course, remember, I don't get paid to do this. Any little donation or contribution that somebody makes is always appreciated. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post here. Thank you. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.